I'm all put together now. Now I have to eat. I hope I can pull this off. But look, at least I look good for the meeting. Hey, all put together now. I think I can actually hold a conversation with some city officials. Thanks to Don Lorenzo's. Peace out.
Nothing on this white rock but a little oatmeal.
Just got out of this meeting. They gave me all these papers and my brain is fried. Me and Colette laughed our asses off because she's so nice and smart. But now I have no idea what the frick I'm going to say tonight.
Melissa Derrick. Okay, we'll come back to Melissa. We'll go ahead and move into Lisa Marie Copoletta. If you'll please state your name for the record.
Hi, I'm Lisa Marie Copoletta, 1322 Boven. I'm here today to talk about that letter that y'all sent out to the residents of Blanco Gardens. And I do feel a lot better after I met with city management today and some people from the development department. I'm just kind of hoping that y'all will be a little bit more diplomatic in the future. You know, I've been involved in politics for a long time, and even when I looked at the letters, it freaked me out. I didn't understand it. I do feel better after having that meeting, and I just hope that we all can chill out and maybe y'all can have some outreach, because people are going through a lot of emotional stuff right now with this flooding, and people are angry and they're upset and they've got a lot of things on their mind they're taking care of. And so if you guys could maybe just be a little more diplomatic on these matters. The other thing that's really important is the planning issue. I mean, we've got, you know, the place over there by the Walmart, the Hays County Jail, those apartments, they got flooded, right? And some of those kids had to swim, literally, those students swim to safety. And those parents, when they put those kids in those apartment complexes, they're unaware of that. I was unaware of the flooding issue because I wasn't in San Marcos during that last flood. I think it's also important that we get the drainage done first before we build, you know, the glam plants that we put out there and think about what the building's going to look like and be more judicious, because, you know, people's lives have been ruined. And this town is, it's just devastating what's happened. So once again, I appreciate the time the city invested today, and I certainly feel better, and I hope there's more outreach. God bless San Marcos.
Thank you. We'll come.
Hello, my name is Clarice Balderas and I live at 915 Sturgeon. I do want your pity. I still own my house. I can't raise it a foot and a half. But that's the limit that I have. For me to raise it a foot and a half. I'm still paying my mortgage. I had to rent a small efficiency for, you know, more than half of my mortgage. So I have all these bills. FEMA's not helping me. I pay my bills. I have good credit. So FEMA's not going to help me. That ICC grant only goes up to $30,000. My house that is built on slab is going to cost over $100,000 to raise it up a foot and a half. I just don't know what I'm going to do. I just need somebody to tell me what I'm supposed to do and how I'm going to do it without getting into so much more debt than I am already. Thank you.
Thank you. 9 and 10. Any questions before we approve the consent agenda? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and take a roll call vote to approve items number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for this evening.
Mrs. Pruitt.
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mayor Cook.
Aye.
Mr. Prater.
Aye.
Mr. Scott.
Aye.
Mr. Thomason.
Aye.
Ms. Houston.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll come back to the rest of the agenda a little later in the meeting. At this time, let's go ahead and move to item number 3.
Receive a staff presentation and update regarding the 2015 Memorial Day flood and provide direction to staff.
Okay. Mr. Miller, did you want to kind of get us started on it?
I just want to introduce the topic. I know we've got a number of people who are very much into the details on this and will provide us as much information as possible. We'll answer all council questions. The first thing that I wanted to address is the letter. Richard Reynosa's signature is on the letter. I directed him to make the letter. So, and I understand the frustration from the citizens. I'm the one that I need to take the responsibility for that. The reason we sent the letter the way we did, we received the information, the data that we used to analyze which properties were substantially damaged. Once we had The results of that analysis, the analysis of the data that was provided by FEMA, our requirements of the National Flood Insurance Program are that we analyze it and then we take appropriate steps. Understanding that the number one objective with regard to the National Flood Insurance Program is to be in compliance and have flood-resistant properties that are above the base flood elevation or adequately above the base flood elevation. I believe it's 1 foot above the base flood elevation, or demolish. Those are not the only options, and that's why at the end of the letter it said, please come talk to us. We want to help you come up with solutions and options. And I hear what you're saying, Ms. Balderas. You truly moved me. I apologize for causing undue worry on your part. Forgive me, I apologize. But we have our responsibility to protect the property values of our entire city. And for us to do that, we need to make sure that we are compliant with the National Flood Insurance Program so that we can continue to be eligible to receive flood insurance and all of the disaster assistance that comes along with that. So I do apologize for being a little bit emotional. But one thing I do want to make sure that people understand is that we are not going to condemn anybody's property. We are not going to demolish anybody's property. We are not going to cause you to not be able to utilize your property. Now, we do have a couple of things that we have to work out with FEMA and with the Texas Water Development Board and others on what can we do in the event that someone needs a permit, but they're not in compliance, and the repairs that they will make will not put them in compliance. There are properties that do not require a permit. It was just sheetrock or flooring, things like that. Those repairs can be made. There are other situations where repairs were made absent permits. We have no way of knowing or doing anything about those properties. But when somebody comes to us and they need electrical work, they need HVAC, they have a substantial amount of work to be done, we're still working to see if we can issue those permits. Right now, the direction is that we need to make sure that those properties come into compliance. So we are working to find solutions. We think we have some, and I know that Mr. Bell will be able to provide some possible solutions to that. So while we don't have all the answers right now, I do want to encourage you and reassure you that we are looking for every possible solution to help people to be able to gainfully use their properties and not be displaced. We are not going to demolish anybody's house. We are not going to condemn your properties. But we do need to make sure that we are as flood resistant as we can possibly be. And that was the ultimate root cause or root objective of the letter. Once we knew that certain properties were not compliant, we wanted to make sure that you knew as quickly as possible. Because if you were making expenditures and investments in that property, if it wasn't going to help you achieve your objectives in the long term, we wanted you to know. So while I do, I hate that it caused distress. We needed to make you aware and then also encourage you to come in because each one of the situations is unique and different. And the only way we can help you assess your particular challenges is going to be to have a face-to-face, in-person discussion. And that is the main thing. If there's anybody that's not here right now that did receive the letters, we want to encourage you to come in and talk to us so that we can help you figure out exactly what options are available to you. In the event that a property is not compliant, people are occupying it right now and it's not compliant, our requirement is going to be to notify you and go through a process by which we notify you, request compliance, and if it's ultimately not achieved, then we would exclude that property from our registry through a formal process, which would then cause that property to not have flood insurance and not have the benefits of emergency assistance in the event of a flood or subsequent damage. That doesn't mean that property is forever going to be outside the program. If we're able to secure over the long term, over the medium or the long term, hazard mitigation grant funding or flood mitigation grant funding or some other funding source that can help us address those concerns and we can raise those properties for you or with you, then that will immediately bring you in compliance and you would again be compliant with the program and would be reinstated as eligible for flood insurance and all the other benefits that come with that. So we want to work with you to find as many solutions as possible. We're going to work in the medium and long term, short term, as quickly as possible to get grant funding, to get assistance, to make those things happen. But we don't have that yet. So as we stand right now, we wanted to make you aware of the situation as it stands, or we wanted to make you aware of the situation that we have right now and of the requirements to be compliant, because that is the best way to be as flood resistant as we can possibly be as a community, and also to ensure that as a whole community, we have the benefits of the National Flood Insurance Program. FEMA and the Texas Water Development Board, HUD, all have been working as great partners with the city, and we appreciate their assistance and their input, and we are still working to answer some questions. Are there things we don't know? Yes, but we are working as aggressively as possible to get those answers, and we appreciate the great assistance that we've gotten from all of our state and federal partners. And I know that this has been a challenge for you, and we do not want to add to that. We want to help be part of the solution for you, and I know that one of the longest standing jokes is, I'm with the government, I'm here to help. We really, really are. And in any way we can, we want to. With that said, and if there's not any council questions on that part, I want to make sure to hand it off to Richard.
What I'd like to do is to, one, thank you for your heartfelt comments. I know that this has been since day one, this has been something